So we just had lunch, still here in Riverside, gonna be heading back home. And we noticed this closed down Kmart here in this shopping center here. And we thought we'd come over here and take a look at it. And it's so sad to see all the Kmarts closing. I used to, as a kid, love going to Kmart. See the parking lot behind us completely vacated. This is gonna be a huge tax revenue loss for the city. And Sid, what does this say to you for the average consumer?
You know, first off, you know, if somebody owns the property and that property is no longer being paid for, there's
Right.
nothing is flowing, there's no cash flow. The economy obviously is not well. People cannot afford to be shopping in locations like this because they're not working, they're getting laid off. So more and more businesses like Kmart's, next will be Walmart. You know, Walmart is going to be another store that's
They're closing down. They're going to be closing down a bunch of Walmarts too. And so it's getting very, very hard to find the damage. And, you know, we have a friend that owns a restaurant. We've known him for years. And I just saw him a couple weeks ago, and he says he's selling the restaurant. He's done. He said, you know, a few years ago, they were hitting record-breaking numbers. They're making money. And he said the last 2 years, he's putting in 80, 90 hours a week, just breaking even, and he just cannot afford to be in the business any longer. He doesn't have the drive, doesn't have the ambition to even want to deal with the headaches and the bureaucracy, the taxes, the licensing, and just trying to fight inflation. And that's a sad thing, isn't it, Sid? Because we need people, we need small business owners and those private little restaurants to stay in business.
Oh, and we see it all throughout, you know, mom and pop, they're barely making it. Who even knows if they even paid this month's rent, last month's rent, if, you know, if they're able to have that kind of revenue to be able to pay these expensive leases, you know, that is a question that everybody wants to know, you know, what's really going to happen with all these restaurants.
When we were talking to that homeless woman a little while ago, you know, when we shut the cameras off, you know, I told her, I said, look, you know, nobody should be judging you because anybody can be in your shoes. And you're going to see more people from the suburbs living on the streets next to you. And she said, we already are. She talked about a fireman who lost his job. And he's on the streets doing tons of drugs. And it's not people that have drugs that go homeless. People become homeless. It's a dead end road. They're dealing with the pain and they start doing drugs. But, you know, anybody can lose a job now, and they're vulnerable to being homeless. Medical bills. People get evicted from a house, an apartment. You don't have family and friends to fall back on. You don't have an emergency fund to fall back on, a church to fall back on. Guess what? You're going to be possibly in the same circumstance as those people, Sid.
Oh, if you play with fire, you're going to get burned, you know, absolutely. And, you know, people are a paycheck away, they're a flat tire away from, you know, a medical bill away from, you know, being on the streets or losing an apartment, losing where they live, because life in itself is so expensive and it's really hard to be able to maintain a lifestyle and be able to just get by.
And once you get behind, it's hard to catch back up.
Exactly.
Now, you sent me a picture last week. You had witnessed that woman. Tell the story. In the parking lot where you were at, they just repoed her car.
Yeah.
Tell.
I was working and on where I work in the detail, and I witnessed the repossession of an automobile, and the lady came out a short time after and was looking for her vehicle, and when she found out the news that the vehicle wasn't there, you know, she called 911 or whatever, and she tried to find out what happened to her car, and, you know, they told her what had happened. So it's an unfortunate situation with what's happening.
And she was literally in tears.
She was crying.
How does she get to work now? Her whole life is going to change without a vehicle, right?
Exactly. She was crying, and how is she going to get by now? You know, how is she going to be able to maintain a lifestyle now with no vehicle? So, you know, she's going to have to catch rides. She's going to have to take the bus.
And this was not a newer vehicle.
No, it wasn't a new vehicle. It was an older vehicle, but
like a 6-year-old Tahoe.
Yeah, it's an older car, and, you know, she's gonna owe that. She still owes a debt on it, obviously. So, you know, that debt is going to go on her credit report or whatever.
Yeah, so now it's going to get, now she has to go rent an apartment. It's going to be a problem. She has to go try to buy another car.
Exactly.
It's going to be a problem. And of course, they're going to auction the car. She's going to have to pay the difference. Maybe she files bankruptcy. I mean, people like her are probably already behind on other bills like credit cards too. So this is what we're seeing, but it's amazing that you sent me a picture of that and that you witnessed it firsthand,
Right.
how quickly they can hook and book your car, and they're not going after just
matter
new
of
cars.
3 minutes. A matter of 3 minutes. You know, it's a quick deal. They're gonna go in, they're gonna hook it, they're gonna take it. If you owe debt and you haven't paid it in months or whatever,
So
weeks.
we're going to see more of that. The repossession of automobiles is off the chain right now, and you can go, oh my gosh, I'm so mad at the repo man, I'm so mad at the bank. You can't blame them. You signed on the dotted line, you made an obligation. Again, we go back to stop playing the blame game, get out, hustle, get an extra job. If you're behind right now, get out, hustle, and get out from that. If you think you're going to get behind, go get an extra side hustle and start working your way out of it. It's not going to be easy. I understand that. The jobs are not great jobs. Most of them are lower wage, part-time, no benefits, no room to grow and move up the ladder. I get it. But right now, if you're falling behind or you're in danger of falling behind, maybe it's a good idea to take on some of these jobs while they're available, because I think at some point people are going to wish that they could get a job, whether it's at the car wash or the burger joint or working at a Walmart or Kohl's. They're going to wish they could get a job, because if at some point the system cannot pay people to eat, that's when you're going to see big trouble. And remember, we are 9 meals away in this country from full-blown anarchy, from full-blown chaos. And when people realize that the cavalry isn't coming, that the system isn't going to feed them forever, they're going to wish and beg for a job, whether it's a service sector job, low wage, part-time. They're going to wish they could get anything. And the only reason now that people don't want to work is because of all the subsidy out there that is actually paying people the same or more to stay at home and work, and it's creating a very lazy society. And these people are being hoodwinked and fooled, because they're going to pull the plug on that at some point, and these people are going to get caught off guard. No money, no education.
When the money ends, the party's over.
Right. That no skill set, no plan. They're not going to know what to do, because all they've ever done is put their hand out hoping that the money would keep coming in. And when those days end, these people are going to have a very, very difficult time adjusting to this new world, where you may actually have to get a job to feed yourself, and it's going to get much, much more difficult to get that job. Sid.
Yes, and along the way, we witness, hundreds of homeless people.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you look, there's a tent put up, there's an RV park somewhere, there's somebody sleeping on the floor, people living in their cars. It's a very, very dire situation. This is like an emergency that's happening in the United States. This is crazy. I've never seen this. You go to a bigger town and you start to witness and you really see what's out here. It's incredible.
And you made a good point earlier today that people look defeated. They look beat down. And yet there's people out driving around and spending money. Don't get us wrong.
You see the defeat on their faces.
There's a lot of people that look very worried, very defeated.
They're walking like a zombie. Like if you're on an episode of The Walking Dead, they're not there. Their mind is somewhere else. They have a spaced out look.
Sid, how bad can this get?
Oh man!
In your humble opinion, how bad can this get? Because
I feel like we're in the twilight zone. Like we're headed to a Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome situation where people will be fighting for a tank of gas, or people will be fighting for scraps of food. It's serious. If you don't take it serious and you're not preparing, you're not making the right choices, you got to be doing that kind of stuff. You got to have gear. You got to be training with that. You got to be your own best asset. You got to have silver put away, some precious metals. Take all your money out of the bank. Be your own central bank and take care of yourself, and make sure you're close to God. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You know, that's what you need in your life, and I think that will lead you to greater things.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and you're so right. The amount of homeless, every time we go out, you know, to San Bernardino, Riverside, and driving, I see more dilapidated RVs in the middle of the desert where people are living.
Horrible.
I mean, we saw more today than ever before. We see more homeless walking around. You're accosted everywhere out here for money. People just asking you for $1, $2 just for help. And of course, as we drive through by the car lots, the used car lots are piling up, the RV lots are piled up.
Even the new car lots.
New car lots are getting inventory.
They're packed.
We look at office buildings out here, tons of vacancies, commercial real estate vacancies, Kmart completely vacant. There is definitely something going on. Things are no doubt breaking right before your very eyes.
It's getting bad.
And there's no denying now what is going on. It is getting very, very bad out there. And you have a couple choices to make. You can ignore it and hope that it all goes away, which it is not going to do. Or you can prepare for it, like Sid said, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. That is what is going to allow you to win. That is what is going to allow you to survive. Hope is not going to be a good strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Spiritual strength, financial strength, a mental mindset, and physical strength is what is going to get you through this. And this is not going to be easy. I don't care how prepared you are. This is not going to be easy for anybody. But at least if you're prepared and well-rounded, not one-dimensional, just, oh, I have all the gold and silver. You better have more than that. You have to be multi-dimensional in your preparations now. And still, you're not going to be prepared enough. But it will soften the blow. It will put the odds in your favor. Nothing's 100%. There's nobody that's going to go through this without feeling the pain. The question is, how much pain do you want to feel? The people who are preparing are going to feel a lot less pain than the people who are not preparing.
That's
Sid?
true, absolutely. You know, and we got major problems in the country. Everyone knows, this is, it's like people think it's a free-for-all, and, they can come here and, everything's going to be free. No, it's not. It's going to be paid by us. Everything has a price, and everything is going to end soon, and you guys will know when that time is, and just be ready when that time comes.
And it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. It is unavoidable at this point. So keep your eyes open, be aware, be walking close to God. And I think one of the best things you can do, it's absolutely free, is pray for this country, pray for the future of this country, because we are now at a point of no return. And this country needs a miracle in order to survive. Otherwise, we're going to be living in a much different world very, very soon. And for what I see, we are transitioning into a third world country very, very quickly here. So we're just heading back. Apologize if it's a little bit loud road noise. We just dropped off one of these little tiny home areas off the 10 freeway in Banning. There's a bunch of tiny homes that have been put up, and we had a bunch of dog food, dog treats, and some dog toys, and we took those there. Couldn't film it because it's all private and behind gates, and you're not allowed to be over there. They don't want people filming, so we just dropped it off over there at the gates for people, if anybody with a dog. So I just want to take this time to just thank everybody who's donated to the channel, prayed for the channel, the letters, the books. I go through all of it, I read all of it, and I want to thank everybody for all of it. Again, the donations, the books, the letters, the prayers, the postcards, everything. I really, really do appreciate it. And we took a little bit of it today and went out and donated some of this to people who needed help, and to the dogs and pets that needed help. Sid.
And makes you wonder, just a few months ago we did a video out here, and we saw the tents and people living outside, and we seen vehicles parked there, people living out of their vehicles. Now it's all gated up, and they're these tiny little storage units that people are living out of. Makes you wonder who helped them. If it was I brought it up to Jeremiah that it could have been some of the native tribes that have casinos out here. If they're the ones that helped out, or we want to thank them. specifically because you know, they do care about the people and the people that are living outside. You know,
We don't know for sure. It could have been the state, but the state could be doing a lot more for people. But it's good to see that these people have some tiny homes and a roof over their head. And we just thought that, you know, if we could help with the pets, with the dogs, give them some canned food, dry foods, some treats, some toys. It just it makes everybody's day a little bit better, right? Especially for the animals. So we just thought that that was a good way to end the day. Sorry we couldn't film it, but it's just the situation that it is. Just driving through the desert here. I wish I had a zoom lens on. There are about 10 to 20 RVs out there in the middle of the desert. There's so many people living under the overpasses now in boxes and tents. So many people living in these rundown, dilapidated RVs off of I-10 in the middle of the desert. It's shocking what's happening in this country. And you know, if you're blessed today, if you have a roof over your head, it may not be you know, Beverly Hills or Newport Beach, but if you have a roof over your head, if you have family, friends, if you're eating, if you have a $1,000 phone or computer to watch these videos, you are so blessed. You don't know how blessed you are. If you're healthy, you have no idea how blessed you are. If you're walking and breathing today, man, give all thanks to God. You are so blessed. It can be taken away tomorrow, just like you could lose a job tomorrow and be homeless. It can happen. It's happening to people every day. You could lose your health tomorrow. So thank God and appreciate every day that you have a job, that you can pay your bills, that you have your physical health. You are so blessed. And I just want to make sure that we're all thinking and being reminded of that, because we take a lot for granted. We forget about it, and we really shouldn't, because there are so many people who would trade with you in a heartbeat. A heartbeat. Yeah, you might not live in Beverly Hills. You might not live in the beach. Who cares? You have a way better life than most people in this world. Never forget that. I'm going to leave it there today. Sid, thanks for coming on.
thanks for having me back, JB. We'll get together real soon and take a trip out somewhere else.
I really apologize. I want to end this video with an apology. I apologize that we couldn't do more, that we haven't maybe had enough time and invested enough time and effort into helping out the homeless and the pets. This year in 2023, I'm determined and going to dedicate a little bit more time in doing so, because they need help. They deserve it. Many of you have really helped with the donations and whatnot, and so we're going to make sure that that money continues to go to good use, the time continues to go to good use, the prayers go to good use. So thank you all. God bless every one of you. Have a phenomenal day, and as always, I look forward to speaking with all of you. Comment down below. Keep the prayers coming. Talk soon.